A very good evening and thank you for joining GBS News at 9. My name is Paul Madhenge and our sign language interpreter tonight is Ivy Kamau. To our first story, residents of Kianyaga town in Kirinyaga County are celebrating the near completion of Gichugu Affordable Housing Project, a 110 unit development that has not only provided much needed housing but also revitalized the local economy through job creation, community engagement, and support for local business. Here is more on the same.
Residents of Kianyaga town in Kirinyaga County are celebrating the near completion of the Gichugu Affordable Housing Project, a transformative development that has sparked optimism and economic revival in the region. After 18 months of steady construction, the project is now 99% complete and is being hailed as a model of community-driven progress and effective government collaboration.
Housing ilikuwa mpango mzuri wa serikali, sababu ujenzi wa nyumba zikiwa pamoja na ziwe zinaenda juu kama siko mahorofa, hata iwe zaidi ya hizi ziko hapa, inaweza kuwa mzuri sababu ita accommodate watu wengi zaidi wa hapa Kianyaga.
Located in the heart of Kianyaga, the project consists of 110 housing units, including 2- and 3-bedroom apartments, as well as studio houses designed to offer decent and affordable living spaces. Beyond housing, the initiative has become a catalyst for local economic empowerment. Local artisans and youth were actively involved in the project, with key construction elements like welding, carpentry, and labor sourced from within Kirinyaga County. This not only boosted employment, but also enhanced skills development among residents.
Hii mambo ya affordable housing sio mambo mabaya, ni mambo mazuri. Juu ukiangalia hizi nyumba, wale watu wanakaa huko kwa gishagi, wakinunua hizi nyumba wataacha hiyo mashamba, halafu hiyo mashamba inalimwa. Juu population ya Kenya inaongezeka.
The project's impact is already being felt beyond the construction site. Businesses in Kianyaga have seen a surge in activity, with increased sales from construction workers and new opportunities for service providers. Residents are hopeful that the additional housing will attract more professionals such as teachers, healthcare workers, and civil servants who have long struggled with the limited accommodation options in the area.
Itakuwa mzuri sababu wale watakuwa kiishi hapa watakuwa wakinunua chakula hapa kwa soko. Hata ingewezekana kwa hapa nyumba hizi ziko panjengwe soko ingine modern hapa karibu, ndio watu wakiwa kitoka kwa hizi manyumba wanaingia kwa soko wananunua chakula huko. Hiyo ndio ingefaa iwe namna hiyo sababu itaishi watu wengi.
With the handover approaching, the community is calling for a second phase of development as well as a complementary infrastructure like a modern market and improved roads. Kianyaga's affordable housing project stands as a powerful example of how inclusive development can reshape communities, creating not just homes but pathways to dignity, growth, and sustainable urban living. Beatrice Wangoi, GBS News.
Moving on, speaking during a bursary launch event for the year 2024-2025 held in Ivumbuni Primary School in Mubuni Northward, Governor Wavinya Ndeti said that one of her pre-election pledges was to transform education by supporting programs that improve access to quality education for every child in Machakos County. The governor noted that the county government of Machakos used a fair criterion to identify the beneficiary of the bursary. The governor added that a public participation exercise was held between 14th and 15th January this year. The aim was to identify the neediest cases. Let's take a listen.
As many of you may be aware, county government recently signed an intergovernmental agreement, that is IGA, with the national government to manage bursary programs for students in secondary schools and universities. The MOU will serve to unlock legal handles that restricted counties from using their own revenue to finance education and bursary. Today, I'm launching 120 million worth of education bursary that will benefit a total of 28,628 students drawn from across the 40 wards. Those are 28,620 students. The number of students who have benefited from the education bursary awards now stand at 92,500. My government has progressively enhanced the bursary allocation from the initial 80 million to 120 million. And it is my dream, by the grace of God, to go to 200 million.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has defended the newly reconstituted Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, cautioning politicians against casting doubt on its credibility ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking in Malava, Shinyalu, and Busia during a Women in Youth Empowerment program, Mudavadi dismissed claims that the next election will be rigged in favor of President William Ruto. He termed such allegations as cheap politics, insisting that President Ruto will win his second term legitimately through the ballot. Mudavadi warned both opposition leaders and Kenya Kwanza allies to stop spreading fear and propaganda, emphasizing that the IEBC is an independent institution mandated to deliver free and fair elections. He further urged the Western Kenya region to remain united and support the president, hinting at a new political direction he will announce after 2027. On economic matters, Mudavadi relied residents to embrace cooperatives and as a key driver of development, pointing the recent appointments from the region as a sign of government goodwill. Let's take a listen.
Na mtu asijaribu kuweka matope kwa IEBC. Na mtu asijaribu kuweka matope kwa Mheshimiwa William Ruto kusema kwamba ati kura yake itaibiwa. Muache hiyo mtindo, muache hiyo porojo. Mheshimiwa William Ruto is not in the game of stealing votes. Na yeye ndio anasema kwamba we must make the hard decisions today. Ndio tubadilishe Kenya yetu. So this is the message I want to send to our supporters, to UDA, to Kenya Kwanza, to the Kenyan people who believe in democracy. Let us not blemish the future of this country by introducing propaganda and jokes on a very serious matter which is about electing its leadership. We must start from Malava to have serious leadership. IEBC imeundwa. Na IEBC si IEBC ya serikali ya Kenya. It is not an IEBC for the government of Kenya. IEBC ni tume ya uchaguzi ya taifa la Kenya. Kuna tofauti kati ya serikali ya Kenya na taifa la Kenya. Kwa hivyo IEBC itasimamia uchaguzi wa kila mtu kutoka kule mashinani hadi juu. Kwa hivyo nataka wale ambao wanajaribu kuleta porojo, let us not undermine the integrity of the IEBC. Kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto is going to win the election in 2027. And he'll win through the democratic process, kupitia kwa kura ya mwananchi. Sasa sisi tuangalie, na mimi leo, mimi nataka niwaambie, mimi natetea UDA. Mumbula kabisa. Mimi natetea chama cha UDA. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio chama ya rais. Na hiyo ndio chama ya Musalia Mudavadi. Mimi niko hapo ndani. Na tulipokuwa tukipanga na Malulu mambo ya Maja, Malulu alisema nataka tupange tuungane na Mheshimiwa Rais kabisa. kwa sababu alijua kwamba this is where the future lies. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niwaambie tuko hapa. Sasa wewe unaona pahali serikali iko, unaona pahali tunaelekea, alafu mtu mwingine unaenda sasa kwa chama ambayo inaongozwa na mtu yuko impeached. Sasa huyu tutamfanya namna gani? Ashindwe? Si ndio hiyo?
It's time for us to take a short break. Keep your feedback streaming into our social media platform at GBS TV Africa. The SMS line is 21144. We will be right back.
Anza wiki yako kwa njia sahihi kwa GBS Jumatatu.
Niko nawe hadi mida ya saa 4 asubuhi. Kwanza niseme asante kwa kuzidi kufuatilia na kutazama vipindi vyetu ambavyo huwa tunakuandalia hapa ndani ya GBS TV Jumatatu. People are now seeing the money that have been given to church as a bribe.
Jiunge nasi kila Jumatatu asubuhi kuanzia saa 1:30.
Nimesikia mwenzangu akifanya hesabu hapo ya vile ambavyo miungano zitakuwa. Ruto is going to fail whether with Raila or without Raila.
Kuna mahali anakosea akisema ati Raila na Ruto wataungana. Hakuna kuungana iko hapo, ndugu yangu, aje nikwambie ukweli.
Hadithi za kunoga.
Ukiangalia Wakenya, wananchi wa Kenya, pia hao maisha yao imedhulumiwa kwa kuongezwa kwa taxes, ziko very high taxes. So the statement by Rigathi Gachagua is just statement ya kumcheck that we can see you you can see between the lines.
Na mazungumzo yenye nguvu ya kukuletea utulivu kwa wiki yako.
Ati Raila ataingia UDA.
Hiyo ni ndoto. Mimi nasema hivi mheshimiwa, ikiwa Raila
itakuwa, mimi naona itakuwa
hadi saa 4 za asubuhi kwa majadiliano ya kusisimua.
Mheshimiwa Rais William Samoei Ruto ajue ya kwamba sasa yeye ni president wa Kenya. Sio mambo ya kufanyia wana Kenya mzaha. Kupoteza biashara kwa siku moja katika CPD, nafikiria ni jambo ambalo ni rahisi.
Usikose, ingia kwenye GBS TV. Anza Jumatatu yako kwa kusudi.
If the government does not spend, my brother, hakuna maendeleo inaonekana, hakuna barabara zinatengenezwa, hakuna dawa kwa hospitali, my friend, economies will not grow.
Tuonane panapo majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu.
GBS Jumatatu, palipo mjadala wa leo na mwelekeo wa kesho.
Yeah, because we are here to entertain and educate at the same time. So the question of the day, have you ever benefited from any youth-led initiative?
What pushed me to get into the ground one was born HIV positive, by the way. So when I was born HIV positive, I felt like the society and the youth need to be educated much on about the HIV and HIV management.
Someone was confessing and alikuwa anasema like yeye ako HIV positive, ni student, but yeye badala ya ajue venye atasaidia wengine, yana try venye atasambaza.
Unajua pia kitu kingine yenye natusumbua sisi mayouth ni kiburi. You don't want to learn. Unaona?
Yeah.
Be there to learn. My youth are doing things that they are not supposed to do. Kwa sababu anataka kitu yenye iko beyond yeye. Iko beyond haezi afford. Unaona? Manze mimi nataka kubamba wase kuchafua meza, kukuwa na dem sijui mwenye anakaaje, ndio at least wase wa feel like mimi nimeweza. Manze mimi hiyo ya kuweza, acha tuweze ki mindset. Na pia uset goals. Kama una goals manze kwa hii life sijui penye, ni kama tu yani you should live with a purpose, not in purpose. Unajua most of us are living in purpose whereby yani wewe uko tu manze. Hata unataka kukatia dema na kuambia habari yako mzuri, unadoingi nini ati mimi niko tu. What is mimi niko?
everywhere. GBS.
Welcome back to the bulletin, and now to our next story. Leaders allied to the broad-based government have criticized the opposition for delaying the recent call for the dialogue. Led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and Farouk Kibet, leaders stated that those opposing the proposal by former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for national dialogue are acting as, and I quote, angels of doom, end of quote, standing in the way of unity and progress. They also reiterated that the importance of continued empowerment programs targeting women and youth across the country, emphasizing that such initiatives are essential for securing a better and more inclusive future for the nation. The team also scheduled to visit Kajiado County on Saturday and will conclude the week's engagement in Marsabit County on Sunday.
Leo tumekuja tufanye neno moja tu, jambo muhimu kwa wamama waende mbele wa Malava. Hiyo ni sawa, si sawa? Wale wenzetu wanaamini kwamba watu wa mashinani waende chini wasipate usaidizi. Nyinyi mnaambia namna gani hao watu washindwe wasishindwe? Na sisi tunaamini kwa empowerment, kwani wakitoka chini kwenda juu, hiyo inawasaidia kulea watoto, kulea mambo yao, biashara na mambo mengine. Kile unachopanda ndio utavuna. Ni kweli si kweli? Mimi ninasema hapa mbele yenu na nataka kamera ziangalie. William Samoei Ruto amepanda upendo kwa watu wa Malava. William Samoei Ruto amesimama na watu wa Malava. Ametuletea masoko, ametuletea SHA, na haki ya Mungu ile siku tutakuwa tunafanya by election, Malava itaonyesha Kenya nzima kwamba William Samoei Ruto anapendwa na taifa nzima. Kweli si kweli?
Sisi hatujakuja hapa kuimba wimbo ambaye haina faida eti inaitwa tawe. Tawe ni kitu gani ule mtu anaimba? Amewahi tembea hapa? Hajawahi? Kumbe hii vitu yake anasema akiwa tu uko mbali huko. Sasa sisi tumekuja kama broad-based government. Si mnajua broad-based government? Ni kumaanisha President William Samoei Ruto na Baba Raila Amolo Odinga wamesalamiana, weka amani Kenya.
Absa Bank Kenya has officially unveiled its newly refurbished branch in Kisumu City, marking a major milestone in the bank's expansion and modernization strategy. The revamped branch, now part of Absa's growing network of 87 locations nationwide, is tailored to meet evolving customer needs while boosting access to financial services across the region. Speaking during a customer engagement event, Customer Banking Director Moses Muthoi emphasized Kisumu's strategic role as an economic hub for East Africa, serving both local clients and across broader traders from Uganda and Tanzania. The branch will offer enhanced services to individuals and SMEs, backed by a blend of physical and digital banking solutions designed for seamless customers-focused experience.
You at Absa are our very core partners in the development of this county. When we came into government in 2017, we decided right from day one that we would like to revive the economy of Kisumu, and the most important aspect of that revival would be the revitalization of the port and the connection of the port with the port of Mombasa and the port of Lamu.
Absa is open for business. We are open for all classes of businesses. We are open in all communities and counties around the country. And Kisumu is special to us. Since the first brick of this building was laid close to 100 years ago, we've been here. And it's the commitment we have as a bank to places that are progressive and grounded like Kisumu is. And so really, we continue to be open for business. And so where we find opportunities to offer pristine places where you can work from and serve your customers, we feel we've done our part.
It's been an exciting journey for us to see all this that's been put together, and we thank the leadership for really taking this into consideration. looking at what has happened today, it's a call to action to all our customers who are enjoying the Prestige proposition to come and see what you've done to them. And this is a commitment from the bank to continue evolving with the modern times and ensuring that we take care of them.
In this week's Boomerang edition, we bring to you all the captivating episodes in the United States of America, Seattle, where DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua is on a month-long trip. Not to forget the happenings in the political and other societal arena. All is well gathered and packed for you. Stay tuned to the end.
Friday. This is the Boomerang Weekly Edition. I'm your captain and pilot, Victor Ding. And wherever they go, I go. We are in America. And what a better way to welcome Ridiji in Seattle, United States of America.
Ukawe na wakati mwema Seattle na Marekani. Karibu. Funga. Fungoa.
Mtu hatafai kusimama, hana hata sura ya kutongoza mwanamke mrembo kama mimi.
Hapa Amerika mnasemaje? Hata hapa Amerika? Hapa ni one time. Hapa ni one time. Wacha nione watu ya one time, watu ya one time.
My brother Rigathi anasema one time. Mimi ninasema no time. No time. Ruto must go. 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 Namna hiyo.
Don't or never trust a man. Ridiji, what was the experience with a man-man relation that is between you and Kasongo?
Never again. Never again. So I'm a very trusting person. And especially when you come with the Bible and profess that you are saved, I trust you.
Back to a 2022 campaign experience in the North Rift, where the Wamunyoros dominate.
When I went to campaign for William Ruto in Joro, people were just looking at me. I talked to them, they are not clapping, they are not booing, they are not saying anything.
Molo Town.
I went to Molo, I talked to them, they look at me.
Another time.
I come back another time, they just look at me.
Did you try Burnt Forest?
I went to Burnt Forest, I talked to the people there, they just look at me.
You can say all the lies you want, but the truth will not change.
I went to Kitale, I look at them, and I talk to them, they just look at me. And I was persuading them, oh, this is a good man. So msemo chaka niuliza, unajua hii mtu vizuri? Sema yes. Okay. Have you ever lived with him? No. Okay.
Sasa huyu fala.
When the votes were cast, the Mount Kenya people in Molo, in Joro, in Lucian Gishu, in Trans Nzoia did not vote for William Ruto.
Kwa nini namuita fala? Wacha nikwambie ukweli.
What they knew is what I know now.
Wacha nikwambie ukweli. Kweli mimi kama na mheshimiwa sitaki kazi yako. Unisamehe tu lakini nitatumia kama example. Taweni ndugu yangu. Kama mimi ningekuwa deputy president. Mnafikiri kweli mimi ningefukuzwa? Nie. Kabogo. Kama ingatira maito.
Business of 207 of coining 40 versus 1 was not finished. He is trying to finish it now.
Hii Kenya haitachomeka kwa sababu ya mtu mmoja.
Arambe! Wewe Ruto. Wewe Kasongo. Wewe Kaongo. Wewe Zakayo.
Ndani kama kuna neno tunasema yake ni 10 bila
Wewe mtu ya kutenga. Wewe mwizi. Wewe muuaji. Harambee.
Na mimi ninajua hivi, mwanaume mzuri, mwanaume aliye na afya na akili timamu aendangi raundi moja.
Yes.
Anaendanga raundi moja. Raundi ni ngapi? Raundi ni ngapi? Wanaume raundi ni ngapi? Ati 3. Mama mwingine hapa amesema wake anaendanga 3.
Yes.
Ama 4, si ndio? Ama 5, si namna hiyo.
So that our constitution can be upheld. Ruto must. So that our economy can rise. Ruto must. So that the human rights of everyone may be respected. Ruto must.
Indeed, it is the wearer of the shoe that know where it pinches.
It is not always that you get an opportunity to be president. It comes once in a lifetime. So when you get that opportunity, don't waste it, right?
Raila is totally irrelevant in the Kenyan political discourse. The support he had across the country is gone.
Shares, unatoa ushuru. Unatoza ushuru sababu gani kama wewe huna shares? Hiyo ni tunasema. Hii ni mambo ya ujinga.
But he is talking when his mouth is full. You know? And they are called table manners.
Kuna jamaa mmoja tulivuta kasi, niliona jana alikuwa huko Amerika. Mwananchi mmoja ya Kenya amesafiri huko. Nimesikia jana kama anaongea juu ya baba. Anasema baba namna hii, baba sijui namna hii. Unajua kama uliwachizwa kazi kwa sababu ya tabia chafu na bado unaendelea na hiyo tabia chafu, maisha yako itakuwa ngumu sana.
Gachagua seems to have crossed the red line.
Mimi nataka kuambia sasa pale amefika leo, nimeona amefika kwa red line. Yule mtu ambaye leo alikuwa anasema yeye hana watu, ndio watu yake ambaye wako bunge kama mimi ndio tumevuta wewe kazi.
Gachagua hawezi wake up debate na Wasongo. Ameingia kijiji ile Wakikuyu wale walihama Kenya zamani. Huko Amerika. Bora aonge mambo ya policy na sera. Anatafuta Samido, wanaweka event hapo ya kucheza Mugithi. That is the best Gachagua can do. Wasungu hawana time ya sio sasa. Gachagua angebaki hapa karibu Sagana State Lodge. Hapo muziki.
And in court, Boomerang meets this guy. Keenly, look at him. This is not the ordinary Mwananchi. He is, and he remains to be, the grandson to the former President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. The rich also cry. Living in squalor, hustler, if you like to call him.
Me, I'm on the streets of Rongai until my friends take me to hospital when I'm sick.
Have you tried reaching out to them?
I have tried everyone.
Who particularly have you tried?
I've tried Gideon. I've tried my stepmoms. My stepmoms, I called them when I was in hospital when my lungs collapsed. When I was sleeping in the streets of Rongai, in a place called in a Mira base where I can only stay.
Do you sleep hungry sometimes?
Yes, even for 2-3 weeks. The people of Mira base wananiwekea pesa. Inaitwa kwa Morugi Rongai. Morugi base. They closed me. These clothes I was bought by a very kind friend of mine called Irene Njenga, who and her children are suffering, but she very kindly...
Would you want to help your children?
I do. I want to give them whatever they want. But if my uncle has taken everything from me and my stepmom...
Do you have any inheritance?
I have not gotten anything. That's why I'm sleeping on the... That's why I'm asking the president of this country. Please help me. Help me, tell these people to give me so I can help.
Kazi yao tu William Ruto. Hata akiota usiku, hata ukiuliza Dorcas, lazima wewe mtu anaotaka William Ruto. Sasa kila siku William Ruto, akiamka William Ruto, akisimama William Ruto, akisimama Kasongo.
And if Ruto's votes or kura in Swahili fails to give him a victory,
na kura tutajaza. Hii kura hii tutajaza, usijali, kura itajaa, sitajaa.
But I would like to say this. They may not be happy to hear what I'm going to say at all. This country has been most unfortunate. We have had a crop of politicians who are not, one cannot be proud of at all.
Na tukiona kidogo haijai, tunaomba ya kujaza, yani lazima ijae. Lazima kura ijae, so msijisumbue.
Our politicians, majority of them are second class. They do not deserve much respect at all.
Kama ni bangi tumevuta, kama ni nini tumelamba.
Sisi kama wabunge wa North Eastern, nikiongea kutoka Wajir, sisi maneno ya His Excellency the President, sisi maneno yetu ni mafupi tu. Tunasema tu 2 term. Ama kuna maneno mengine? 2 term. Sio? Si tunangojea tu debe iletwe, hata kama hatutakuwa na votes, tutamuibia. Hiyo si siri. Asanteni.
Finally, I say, a word to the wise is enough. And that is the Boomerang Weekly Edition. I'm your Boomerang Captain and Pilot, Victor Ding.
And with that, the weekly Boomerang edition, we'll take a short break. Keep your feedback streaming into our social media platform at GBS TV Africa. The SMS line is 21144. We'll be right back.
Today, it's that day that I would like us just to have that conversation on monthly matters.
Let's talk of Mama Fua, who like akifanya shughuli zake hapa kule has more or less that amount.
Yeah, so on that part, I would say this. When you are doing your savings, you can have, we normally talk about having 3 buckets. So we will just talk about income, budgeting, saving, and investment. Those are the 4 areas we will look at.
Happens to those like me who are planning to retire early.
We are basically looking at our incomes. We also talk about savings and investment. So those are the 3. I will not add the 4th one, which we all shy of talking about. So I would say it's not how much I am earning, but it is how much I set aside. So
topic of discussion leo is a hustle culture. Hustle culture, and this is working smart versus working hard.
Working hard is where nina hustle. I'm working like a donkey.
Unaweza pata maybe ulisoma, yes, maybe kumaliza shule, maybe hii inahitaji maybe diploma, maybe ulifika certificate level. So I feel pia knowledge inachangia sana.
Yes,
watu kukua kwa informed.
You have to like plan. You also have to delegate, and it's also sometimes about convenience. What is convenience for you?
Tunaweza work smart hata kama ni kwa informal jobs. Tuki-apply hiyo working smart, we can do something. Si lazima tu ikuwe ni kazi ile uko chini.
I'm picking a dare. What? Call your mom or dad and sing the chorus of their favorite song loudly. Mama Vanessa,
just a second.
We are live on TV. I need to.
Which TV?
GBS TV. I'm on the Youth Hub, and they want me to sing you a song. I've been dared to sing your favorite song. So
no, don't sing that one, man.
No.
Sing yours.
No, I will sing a nice one. I know many of your songs.
Sing that song.
I sing that is song, fine.
Loudly, please.
I love you.
Shout.
You're my baby. I love you. You're the best. Bye, mommy. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
I go.
Everywhere, GBS.
And now to the international news. SGA Security and Isuzu East African has signed a strategic partnership to improve operational efficiency expand capacity and enhance services delivery across East African region. The envisaged investment made by SGA Security related to the partnership is valued at approximately $3 million, which is equivalent to 387.6 million Kenya shilling, and will be executed in phases, starting in Uganda and Tanzania. This collaboration is designed to improve SGA's service efficiency, reduce fleet maintenance costs, and standardize operation using a high-performance vehicle platform, which is Isuzu's strong after-sales support and engineering experts. SGA Securities anticipates better uptime, more efficient route optimism. Let's take a listen.
And we are fit for purpose, again, because of the product, reliability of the product, that our customer here is feeling comfortable. And number two is footprint. We are located in the entire of the East African region. And when a customer buys vehicles of this number, he's expecting reliability and trust, as we have said. First of all, reliability in the after-sales network. So with our footprint across the region, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, then the customer is able to enjoy the much needed after-sales support for the vehicle. So it's a natural fit for them to consider us because of the reasons that I have just articulated.
The first step of the partnership is the delivery of 48 trucks in the very near future. That's our starting point, and we hope to do much more than that. And that's indeed, these trucks will be used as armored vehicles for our cash-in-transit services in the region. And they are really high-quality vehicles. The reliability and trust is very key. Our cash-in-transit business is growing. It's growing fast, and we need very heavy armored vehicles, and that can last long, but also under the most difficult circumstances, as you can imagine. And that's why we are partnering together.
And now, a Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye case hearing that had been scheduled for today has failed to take place. Besigye's lawyer, led by PLP party leader Martha Karua, were a disappointed lot this morning in the Ugandan Supreme Court as the judge was nowhere to be seen.
So we have been invited to go to the Deputy Registrar's chambers so that we are briefed, we understand what is going on, and then we can come back. So kindly just be a bit patient. We can't surrender. We will be
This is the message at the Supreme Court in Nakawa, Uganda, where the hearing bail application for Kizza Besigye was said to be heard today. This sparked such a reaction in the court. Besigye's legal team, led by PLP party leader Martha Karua, would not condone this.
So I'm asking, then who issued the hearing notice to us, which has made me come all the way from Nairobi in the morning and has made almost 20 advocates come to court from Uganda, come to court for the matter? It is not our fault. We received a hearing notice. Why are our clients not in court? Why can't he hear us today?
According to Karua, the bail hearing should be constitutionally carried out within 30 days.
The rules of the court are that once an application for bail is filed, it should be heard and finalized within 30 days. It was read to him. He just told us he'll fix and let us know. Because the principal judge had said, if we do not get satisfied with what we are told, we can come back to him. We came, the head of the division, we came back to him. He's having a matter in chambers, and he asked we come and wait here in court. only to reach the court, and the orderly say you should not come in. And it's the judge who has sent us to the court. So we are being tossed from one place to the next.
So it is insensitive for any judicial officer to say that we forgot a particular citizen who was supposed to appear in court.
His lawyers are angered that their client is still being held in custody out of the normal 180 days stipulated in the Constitution.
As we speak today, Dr. Besigye and Obedi Lutale have clocked 240 days on remand in Iruzi. 240 days. The Constitution is quite clear and very, very instructive in Article 23. Once you have clocked 280 days, rather 180 days, you're entitled to mandatory bail. We don't need to repeat this time and again.
Victor Ding.
A major shift in Burkina Faso's electoral system is making headlines. The government has approved a plan to dissolve the Independent National Electoral Commission, a key institution in the country's democratic process for over 2 decades. As part of a broader effort to streamline governance during the political transition, this move could have lasting impacts on how elections are managed. Here is the full story.
Burkina Faso's government has taken a major step towards reshaping its electoral system by approving a bill to dissolve the Independent National Electoral Commission. Announced after a Council of Ministers meeting, the move is part of a broader effort to reduce state expenses and reform institutions during the country's political transition. Created in 1998 through a political compromise, the Electoral Commission is now considered too costly and inconsistent with the current transition charter. If approved by the Transitional Legislative Assembly, its duties will shift back to the Ministry of Territorial Administration, the body that oversaw elections before the Electoral Commission's formation. With the transition period extended to 2029, the government says these changes are necessary to rebuild institutions and restore national sovereignty. However, the decision raises important questions about electoral transparency and democratic accountability in the years ahead. Elvin Muyodi, GBS News.
In Angola's Huila province, the World Health Organization, together with local authorities, is intensifying its efforts to combat a cholera outbreak that has gripped the municipality of Kalika, with a focus of community engagement, clean water access, and sanitation. Authorities hope to halt the disease's deadly spread. Our reporter has more on the same. In the remote villages of Kaliok, Angola, the cholera outbreak has revealed the stark reality of limited access to clean water and sanitation. Health officials and the World Health Organization are rising against time to stop the spread.
The challenge is significant here in the village. It is easier to find families that must use latrines. However, we still need to recognize that the phenomenon of open defecation remains very concerning. We have been focusing on rural areas. Few families have latrines and use them. Some have latrines but do not use them properly. Therefore, it is truly challenging. It is a process that we need to strengthen, providing training and enabling people to build latrines with local materials to determine if this issue of open defecation can be reduced, and to specifically and decisively halt the circulation of the cholera embryo that has appeared here in our municipality since last April.
Open defecation, especially in rural areas, continues to fuel infections. In response, local leaders are pushing for more latrines and clean water infrastructure. At the Kaliok Health Center, patients are receiving life-saving care and some are sharing their journey to recovery. I realized that I couldn't do anything. I'm sick. My family was planning to take me directly to Kaliok Hospital, but I was almost admitted to Kakonda Hospital. However, I decided to come to my area near my village. When we arrived here, thank God, they supported us very well. It is death, but then I thought about it. I arrived here at the hospital and almost died, but death didn't win. Thanks be to God, thanks be to the nurses. Health workers are on the front line, not just treating the sick, but also educating the public.
I believe we had a good response. Our patients are receiving good treatment, are well monitored, and are discharged. They are recovering.
In the village of Makua, traditional leaders and community members are working side by side to fight the disease. Yes, this was help from the community because they know that cholera kills. Well, they are obligated to do this to help a person or a case.
In our communities, it is a bit difficult because most of our communities doesn't use latrines and they consume water from the river where they wash and where they get drinking water. But to solve this, the sanitization carried out in the communities and elsewhere say that no one can consume unboiled water. They must boil it or drink water that has been cleaned with hypochlorite or bleach to make what we call a mother solution so that they can consume it.
As the fight against cholera continues, these efforts are not only saving lives but also restoring hope in communities once devastated by the disease. Reporting for GBS TV, in a surprising turn of events that could reshape Nigeria's political future, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has officially parted ways with the People's Democratic Party. The long-time opposition figure is now teaming up with other political heavyweights, including Peter Obi and Nasir, in a bold new coalition aimed at challenging President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 elections.
Nigeria's opposition leader Atiku Abubakar has officially left the People's Democratic Party (PDP), ending decades of affiliation. Citing the party's drift from its founding principles, the former vice president and two-time presidential candidate is now charting a new course. Atiku has joined forces with Peter Obi, Nasir El-Rufai, and other key political figures to form a powerful new coalition under the African Democratic Congress. Their goal, to present a united front against President Bola Tinubu's All Progressive Congress Party in the 2027 elections. This new alliance echoes the historic coalition that unseated the PDP in 2015. With experience, momentum, and a shared vision, they aim to reignite hope and drive real change for Nigeria's future. Elvin Muyodi, GBS News.
Moving on, 4 people have died and more than 1,300 evacuated as torrential rain powered South Korea, with authorities warning that the unseasonal deluge will continue. Among those killed were 2 men in their 80s. Authorities believe one of them was trying to drain flood waters from the basement of his home. A third victim was crushed with a wall collapse onto his car. Moments before, he called his wife to say the vehicle was being swept away. Authorities say the 4th victim died on the cardiac arrest. Tens of thousands of Americans rallied nationwide Thursday on over 1,500 coordinated, and I quote, good troubled lives on, and I quote, or end of quote, protests denying President Donald Trump, administration while honoring the legacy of the late civil rights iconic John Lewis on the 5th anniversary of his death. Demonstrators in all 50 states condemned policies targeting civil rights, immigration, and social safety nets, while organizers called for continued activism and civic engagement to defend democracy and advance Lewis' vision of nonviolent resistance. Here are the details.
Tens of thousands of Americans took to the streets across all 50 states in a coordinated Good Trouble Lives On rallies, protesting the administration of President Donald Trump while honoring the 5th anniversary of civil rights leader and Congressman John Lewis's death. More than 1,500 protest sites featured marches, candlelight, vigils, voter registration drives, direct action training, and communities events in cities such as Atlanta and Houston.
Biggest concern is the way immigrants are being treated in this country. And as you see, we are all immigrants.
Demonstrators voiced fierce opposition to a range of Trump-era policies targeting rollbacks on civil and voting rights, aggressive immigration enforcement, and deep cuts to medic aid and public media. In major hubs like Atlanta, crowds gathered at Ebenezer Baptist Church and murals celebrating Lewis, underscoring the rally's roots in nonviolent resistance. In Washington, D.C., creative actions like decorated umbrella protest highlighted the movement's innovative and inclusive approach.
To speak truth to power, we will not be silenced. We have to stand up and speak out about what's happening in this country. To our immigrant communities, we need to tax the rich.
No secret police in the USA.
No secret police in the USA.
Civil and human rights for all.
Civil and human rights for all.
Organizers backed by coalitions of grassroots and civil groups urge participants to continue the legacy of good trouble by staying politically engaged and building pressure on Capitol Hill. Chicago DeLay Plaza served as a flagship location, with speakers calling for increased democracy, protections, and civil participation. Many emphasized that this wave of activism follows earlier large-scale demonstrators such as the No Kings protest in June. Beatrice Wangoi, the Ambassador.
A U.S. Senate panel on Thursday advanced the nomination of Donald Trump's former personal lawyer to be a federal appeal court justice over protests from Democrats who accuse him of using aggressive tactics to enforce the U.S. president's agenda at the Justice Department. Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee supported the nomination of Emil Bove for a lifetime appointment on the 3rd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeal, sending the nomination to the full Senate. Bove currently serves as a top Justice Department official. The hearing divulged into a rancor when the panel's Republican chairman, Chuck, cut off debate on Bove's nomination. Senator Corey of New Jersey, a Democratic, shouted that Grassley was violating the committee's rules as Republicans cast their votes as the other Democrats walked out of the hearing.
Chairman, according to Rule 4 of the right to continue to debate this nomination, you should at least acknowledge my Rule 4 point of order.
You're out of order.
I don't understand this. What are you afraid of about even debating this? Putting things on the record, hearing from every senator, dear God, that's what our obligations are. It's to state our reasons for debate. At least address the Rule 4 point of order that we're calling. There's no need to rush this. What are we afraid of? We're not pressing for the 2-hour rule like you all did when you were in the minority. We're simply asking for a credible amount of time to air our concerns before the vote. We respect each other in this committee. We respect the understanding that we have things to say. But yet we're doing this in a way that makes no sense to me, and it makes no sense to me because we're not trying to do things like force the committee to close.
It's time for your most favorite segment of the show, the sports news. Let's get sporty. And now, marathon world record holder Ruth Chepngetich has been provisionally suspended from the Athletic Integrity Unit following a positive doping test for a banned diuretic. The AIU confirmed that a sample collected from the Kenyan of March 14, 2025 tested positive for the substance at an estimated concentration of 3,800 for above was reporting the threshold of 20 grams. Let's take a listen. Usyk has slammed claims that his age could be the deceive factor in Saturday's undisputed world heavyweight title clash with Daniel Dubious, regained WBA, WBO, and WBC champion. Usyk is 38, 11 years older than IBF belt holder Dubious. That significant disparity has sparked suggestion that the Ukrainian will struggle to go the distance against his 27-year-old British rival in the clash of Wembley. But Usyk strongly disagreed with that assessment when asked if he might be vulnerable because of the age gap. We have come to the end of the news bulletin. It's always a pleasure having you on board. Let's do this again next time, same place, same time. My name is Paul Mathenge, and our sign language interpreter tonight has been Ivy Kamal. Good night.